G'day everyone, welcome back to the Lethal Beard's favourites list. Today we're going to be going through TV shows. Now, everyone's watched a heap of TV, everyone loves a good TV show, and I'm no exception. I am very partial to a binge session, and today we're going to discuss my top 20. Alright, so going to be a bit quicker through the descriptions, but a lot of people have watched these shows. So let's get stuck into it. Number 20. Grew up with this as a kid. MacGyver. As a kid, had me hanging on the edge of the seat. Always, somehow, MacGyver would come out of it. That's what MacGyvering is. Just find a way to fix it. Find a way to survive yourself. The long flowing locks. He just used to make it happen. And as a kid, it was just magical. That was number 20. Number 19. Australian staple, Neighbours. Now, that's been discontinued, which is another shame. And I haven't watched the recommitment, so... But growing up, Mum used to watch it religiously, and then my wife just got some great Australian actors. It set up a lot of careers, you know, and some of the storylines in there were great. And when you go back and watch the old stuff, you're sort of like, I forgot what it was like living back in the 90s and the early 2000s. And it just takes you back. It's worth a little bit of a rewatch. Can get a bit monotonous because you've watched it before, but definitely in my top 20. One that's come out recently, number 18, Wednesday. So I sat down and watched the first season, and it just continually got better. The little snippets of having the actual Addams family and the snap and just Jenna Ortega plays it so well, and then the storylines are exceptional as well. So if you haven't watched it, get over to Netflix, have a bit of a look at it, get into the binge of it. It's well worth it. 2 seasons now. It'll be ongoing, so it's hard to fault, really. It's one of my favourites. Number 17, Bones. So watch this about a year back. I just binged it through and it just got me. The first season sort of got me, and then the second and third really, it just drew me in. Really, it's hard to explain, but it just got me wanting the next episode. I wouldn't say the acting was totally outstanding. Some of the storylines were a bit how you going, but it's definitely in my top series. It's worth a watch for 100% sure. Like I found it. Hodge is probably my favourite character. It's just one of he's just relatable, bit of a nerd, but also a bit out there as well. So worth a view. Number 16, Queen of the South, one of the series I've watched after my wife. So she's watched this first, and I've seen a few snippets, and it was quite interesting. And then got around to watching it myself, and it just told such a great story of seeing her journey going from a battler to crime lord, and then the ending. So it's definitely worth one of those. It's one of those series worth binging. 5 seasons in total. It's one of those ones where you've got to watch the next. I don't suggest if you've got an early day the next day putting it on, because you'll look up at the clock and it's suddenly 1 o'clock in the morning and then your sleep's stuffed. So it's one of them where you just keep going. And that takes us into 15, Ozark. Now, another one that the wife watched first and then I seen snippets of, and I thought, this is just rubbish. It's a bit too dark. But then I watched a bit more, and then I got hooked, and I was like, I've got to go back and watch this from the start. Marty Bird, just so dry, so well played. It's just it's a great series. The storyline, the telling, all of it is just great. The setting, it's well worth the watch. It's really, really good, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. It does its job and pushes on. Number 14, How to Get Away with Murder. This one, I love it. I love it for the first 5 seasons, and then it sort of dragged itself out and probably overstayed its welcome a little bit, but it's well worth it. The initial plot is just awesome. The actors are just great. It takes you through a wave of emotions. Frank's storyline and story arc is great. I just think that they could have crammed it in a little bit more and told a little bit more in those 5. But it's not like the last few seasons. Last seasons are terrible. So get yourself around it. Definitely worth a view. Go and see it. Number 13. One of the originals growing up, and it's based on a real story. Totally Australian, and it hooked you in. Everyone except in Victoria. That's Underbelly. The original Underbelly, the Carl Williams story. Now, it tells so much more than Carl Williams, but he's the central. But you had Australian royalty as actors coming through. You had great storytelling, great. The bones of it was already there, but so much of the story was accessible, and the people that were around it in that Gangland War were in it and knew about it, but being in Tassie at the time, no idea. So you're watching it and you're like, this can't be true. Then you follow it up and it just confirms the actual TV show, and you're like, what? And if anything, they held back. You thought it wasn't possible, but and as with everything, that's also the other side where it sometimes was a bit more lavish. But just a great top-notch show from start to finish, and holds a special place because it was just one of the originals that I grew up with. Number 12, Dexter. Another one of these ones that for the first 6 seasons were superb and then sort of drops away. But the first 6 seasons are well worth the watch. It could be paint drying on the last couple of seasons and you'd still watch it. It's so good. CJ Hall plays it so well. The storyline is just magnificent. Old Dokesy with his key lines. Everyone knows them. And then the other characters, Masuka and all that. It's just one of the great shows. I won't, in case people haven't seen it, but I won't reveal the whole plot line. But the way he goes in and out of both sides of his character it's just magnificent. I love it. The Resurrection series is good. The New Blood I didn't mind. But that original series is just top notch. Number 11, the Australian staple, Home and Away. It just keeps going and going and going and going. And you don't get tired of it. From the days of old Donald Fisher, Flathead. Then you've got Alf Stewart still going. Pippa, Irene's just retired. And you get new characters in. Tane is probably one of the favourite, and I know he's favourite of the ladies. And then you had the Braxton storyline. Jesus, the Braxtons. Did I hear about the Braxtons having girls myself and life, and that's all anyone ever wanted to talk about. Oh, the Braxtons. Oh, it's annoying, but it was well worth the watch, and we're still watching it today, so it's got to be up there. So that's the top 20 to 11. Follow up in the next video, and I'll give you the top 10 through to 1. Catch you there. Catch you around.